A very happy fall and 50th Walt Disney World anniversary to everybody. I'm kind of split where I've got the fall on, but then I still got a little bit of the 50th in the background. But I'm back again today for a nice, pure, old school Disney pin mail video. These are all the recent pins that I've acquired over the last month or so, and I already know I'm gonna have a problem because I have some more parks themed pins, and looking at my Parks and Resorts pin board, there's about room for like 3 more pins on it and then it's totally full. So we're also probably gonna have to go into a big major pin reorganization. So we'll get right into the pins. And first off, I bought 2 more Artland Disney pins. These are licensed Disney pins that are available online via the Pulse Gallery. And I have a Wally one and a Rescuers one. Here is our Wally pin, which I love, and right off the bat, it's very subtle. You kind of can't tell right away that it's Wally, but you can see there's Wally and Eve right there, and it's the boot with a plant planted, and out from that is springing the tree. It's got this beautiful gold frame, and I love Wally, and I've been eyeing this pin for a while, and I thought that this one was just absolutely stunning. You can see on the back, this says it's a limited edition of 100. This specifically is the gold frame one. There's also a silver framed one, but this is probably one of my new favorite Wally pins. And then I also got this Rescuers pin. This has Bernard, Miss Bianca, and Evan Rude pushing them in a little leaf boat. This kind of goes along with the other Rescuers pins that Artland was nice enough to send me in an earlier video. I love Rescuers, and this pin was so cute, so I knew I had to add this one to my collection. And this one is an LE of 250. Then next I got a few Disneyland themed pins. So I finally decided to get one of these Magic is Back pins. These came out when the Disneyland Resort first reopened. I don't know why I didn't get them when they first came out, but considering what this pin commemorates and also how nice the design is, this was one that I definitely wanted to make sure that I got for my collection. And then we have the newly released Starbucks Been There pins. So Starbucks has like tons of different kinds of Been There merch, Disney and just regular place related, but now they have come out with pins. This is the one for the Disneyland Resort, and this is just the prettiest artwork. I love the design. It does have this Starbucks dangle at the bottom, which I'm pretty sure I want to take off because I don't want just a big Starbucks dangly thing on the pin there, especially when the pin itself is so nice. But I super love this artwork. And also, just of note, this is technically a regular open edition pin, and retail price is $12.99. Then I also had to get the matching California Adventure pin for that. Again, I just love the artwork design of it. California Adventure, though, is kind of all in red and orange hues, where Disneyland was more in purple. Again, probably going to remove and take off the Starbucks dangle at the bottom, since that just kind of distracts from the pin itself. But I really like this series. They have now also released Starbucks Been There pins for the Walt Disney World parks. They have a set of individual pins that are branded for the 50th anniversary that I'm hopefully getting picked up. And then there was also a 4-pin set that included each of the different parks, but I did not really like the artwork of that. The Epcot one had a weird looking figment, and the other 3 pins had like weird looking Mickey Mouse, and like I just didn't like the colors of it. So I'm just gonna stick with the Disneyland ones and then hopefully the 50th branded ones for each of the Disney World parks. Then I've got one new limited edition pin here, and this is the latest Windows of Main Street USA. So I have been collecting this limited edition pin set in addition to the Disney Cuckoo Clocks pins this year. The windows rotate between which coast they're released on, but I love these pins for the awesome like movable elements they have. You can open up these windows. The front of this window says Ken Anderson Bait Company. And then you open up the window and there Dopey is inside. I keep all the windows shut. I like to see the names on the front rather than the characters on the inside. But this is going to be a really cool looking set when they're all together, and this one is an LE of 3000. Then finally I have a Walt Disney World pin, and one that is themed for celebrating the 50th anniversary. This was the one pin where, like, as soon as I saw it, I knew I was going to want it for my collection, especially because I'm going to be at Walt Disney World during the 50th celebration. And it was also kind of really the only pin that, like, spoke to me. So this is one of the open edition pins that they have available for the 50th World's Most Magical Celebration at Walt Disney World. It has the castle in much nicer blue colors and Minnie and Mickey in their anniversary attire. I love the sparkly details on it, and fun fact, this pin was actually first released in Shanghai Disneyland like weeks ago, and either it sold out or it was pulled from the shelves. So I don't know why it was first released there or what went on, but I'm happy it made its way to the States. And like I said, this is by far my favorite of all the pins for the 50th. And then last up, I just got in the mail yesterday some pins from Shanghai Disneyland. So first up, I got the last 3 Zootopia pins I needed to complete my mystery pin set. So here we have the Judy Hopps pin. We've got the Nick Wilde pin here. And then last up, the Assistant Mayor Bellwether. So now my Zootopia mystery pin set is complete. These pins were part of Shanghai Disneyland's Pin Trading Fun Day, which I think they just released the pins and didn't have the event, but I have a video from a few weeks ago where I opened the mystery pins and was, I guess, not as lucky as I hoped I'd be. And then last up, I got 2 of the cutest open edition pins from Shanghai Disneyland for my sweets and snacks collection that feature both Chip and Dale. So here we have a 2-pin set with Chip and Dale. Very kind of just cute sweets and snacksy stylized. Like Chip has a little ice cream cone hat on. I think that's just like a big piece of candy. Dale's like inside of a donut. So like kind of like maximum cute sweets and snacks. And then this last pin of them is kind of in the same artwork style. So then this single pin goes along with a pair. You have Chip and Dale like in this 3-dimensional plastic candy container. You got some sweets at the bottom, like Chip again has his little ice cream cone on his head. Like I prefer sweets and snacks pins where it's just like Minnie Mouse or just the snacks themselves, but these were too cute to pass up. So those are all the recent Disney pins that I've acquired over the last few weeks. And so now my next task is definitely going to have to be addressing my pin board situation, which like I said is a problem because I don't really have room on the pin boards anymore, but also like my whole walls are getting a little filled up. So we're going to have to do some kind of creative reorganization, possibly buy another new pin board, but it's not like that super expensive. I haven't done like a pin clean out in a while in terms of like a love it or list it type thing. So maybe I'll also go through and see if there's anything that I want to weed out so that it's not just like an exponential increase in terms of pins that are being added. But as always, I just like to share and show off some cool Disney pins. And then also the kind of out-of-depth focus in the background is my countdown to Walt Disney World, because I'm going to be there in February 2022. We officially have a trip book, flights and hotels and everything. I haven't been to Disney World since December 2011, so it'll have been a full decade and like everything is new there. We're gonna do a split stay between Copper Creek at Wilderness Lodge and then also Old Key West. My dad was able to rent some DVC points for much cheaper than regular room rates go for, and also Wilderness Lodge and Old Key West were the first 2 places I ever stayed at when we went in the 90s, so it'll be like a real big throwback. We'll see if I remember everything. It feels like I've forgotten everything about Walt Disney World. It's been so long, but I'm so super excited to be there. Based on previous years, Festival of the Arts should be going on at Epcot, so I'm really excited to be able to experience that. And I'm just gonna inch my countdown closer to that each day. But thanks for watching!